Hello! Good morning everyone! Good morning mga katribo sa Marriage Empowerment Tribe Group. Good morning sa page natin, Marriage Empowerment Tribe page. And good morning sa audience natin sa ating YouTube channel, Nanay Jet TV.
Good morning, everyone.
Yes, good morning. This is Nanay Jet and this is...
Money!
Akala mo ang lakas-lakas ng boses kasi parang parang may buwelo talaga. So good morning again everyone, and Tatay, let's start the morning with a toast. So good morning everyone, and thank you for being here. This is our 32nd episode, and sana andito pa kayo and you will have the time to watch this particular video. This is about an hour and we know that yung perseverance natin na manood ng ganitong klaseng video ay minsan natitest po siya.
Yes,
But
that is very true.
Yes, Tatay. So, pero Tatay, pag yung intention mo, yung mindfulness mo sa marriage mo ay andyan talaga, yung buong puso mo, i-dedicate mo talaga yung oras mo sa ganitong bagay.
Yes, total commitment.
Yes, total commitment. So, Tatay, good morning. Good morning once again and good morning pa shout out sa mga andito. Si Sister, sino yung andito, Tatay? Kanina, nag-good morning din sa atin. Si Sister Leslie, si Ma'am Leslie of STC, pa shout out.
Good morning, Ma'am Les.
Yes, and then good morning to Mama Lu and to all the katribo, yung mga birthday celebrators, Tatay.
Yeah.
Oo, mayroong
September, Bear Month na tayo.
Oo, Bear Month, malapit na yung Pasko.
Mm.
Yung mga channels nga iba, parang talagang kinakount nila kung ilang araw na lang bago magpasko.
Malamig na ang simoy ng hangin.
But then yung sinicelebrate natin, Tatay, yung mga katribo natin na nagbi-birthday month of August and month of September.
Para bang calendar period na tayo, 32nd, more than a calendar period.
Yes, oo, bingo na tayo, Tatay, kasi yung bingo hanggang 72 pa ata. So, happy birthday and happy anniversary sa lahat na nagse-celebrate ng birthday sa August and September, and at the same time anniversary sa August at September.
Yeah.
So, kahit hindi namin kayo maisa-isa dahil medyo marami na rin tayo and minsan hindi na natin namalaya na, uy, birthday pala ni sis, anniversary para nila. So, minsan hindi na natin namalayan dahil sobrang daming ginagawa natin everyday. But, eto lang po, mga misis at mga mister, huwag kalimutan pag si misis or si mister ang nag-birthday.
Malaking gulo yan.
Malaking gulo yan. At saka pati yung anniversary.
Yes. Kasi nandun yan, it's one of the love languages, thoughtfulness.
Yes. And then, Tatay, may nakita ako nagpo-post, no? Anniversary nila ni Ma'am Pinky, sobrang ganda ng mga flowers na binibigay ni Habi. Oo, ni Sir Ronnie.
Bakit mo ako sinabihan yan?
Oo, nagpaparinig. Minsan, mga sister wifeys, kailangan ding magpaparinig tayo para naman maalaala ni Mister. Kasi lalo na sa panahon ngayong pandemic, baka iba yung mga concerns niya. Yung paghahanap ng pera para mayroong maibili ng bigas.
Bear month ngayon. And you know, one thing about the bear month, longer nights and shorter days.
Yan! Longer nights yan. Masarap
Oh.
yan sa mga mister natin.
Longer
Oo.
nights and shorter days.
Oo. So, tatay, episode 32 natin is
Yes.
how to find strength in your cross. May
Mm.
nagre-react ka kanina. Ay, sobra naman yan. Yung asawa ko, yung naging cross ko. So, actually, yung tatalakayin natin sa araw na to, tatay, sa umagang ito is how to find strength in your cross. Kaya lang
Yeah.
minsan, naging joke ng mga mag-asawa pag sinasabi ng minsan nag-a-attend tayo ng mass, tapos tinatanong ng pastor or ng priest, sino bang cross mo? Tapos,
Sa buhay mo.
sino bang cross sa buhay,
Sa buhay
mo?
at sa bahay mo.
Oo. Tapos lilingon ka, yung katabi mo, yung asawa naman, sasabihin ng pastor or ng pare, does that mean na yung asawa mo, yung cross mo? So, naging joke siya, tawanan tayo, and then, pero eto talaga, yung message lang naman ito is, pasanin mo ang yung cross. And yung pagpapasan, minsan mabigat eh. Mabigat
Yes.
So that's why, yung topic natin sa umagang ito is how to find strength in your cross.
Yeah.
Oo.
Because yung cross talaga mabigat yun.
Mm-mm.
Yung hubby mo at saka yung wifey mo, ang cross mo mabigat yan.
Oo. So, kaya nga minsan namimili tayo ng cross, 'di ba? Mayroon ding istorya na namimili, sinasabi na, eto medyo mabigat, ayaw ko neto. And namimili ka, eto magaan lang to. Oo. Pero actually, yung cross na napulot mo, yun talaga yung cross na para sa iyo.
But this is the good thing about it, guys. Sa buhay ng mag-asawa, in married life, meron talagang cross. Yung figurative term yan. Yung papasanin mong napakabigat or mabigat. It can be a problem. It can be a difficulty in life. Because as we journey together, there will always be difficulties in life. And then, if in the event, yung pagsasama natin ay may problema dyan, yung isa sa atin ay maging cross natin. Okay?
So, yun nga tatay, minsan meron sinasabi na yung in-laws ko yung cross ko. Hindi lang yung asawa ko yung cross ko, yung in-laws ko cross ko. Minsan yung iba, yung anak ko yung cross ko, yung parang ganon, na sinasabi nila, yung iba naman, yung kapitbahay namin naging cross namin. So, lumala pati kapitbahay naging cross na.
Lumipat sa ibang bahay ang cross.
So, dito, sa umagang ito, ibibigay namin kung paano natin malagyan ng victory, ng triumph over the cross.
Because when you carry the cross, it requires a lot of strength. Right? If you don't carry it, no strength involved. But when you carry that cross, it will require strength. And the good thing here is, you can determine your own strength.
Yes.
When you carry that cross. But pag hindi mo pinapasan yung cross na yan, well, walang strength na may involved dyan.
At ang napakaganda sa araw na ito, tatay, dahil sinicelebrate din ng simbahan yung exaltation of the cross of Jesus.
Exaltation or the triumph.
The triumph of the cross. So kaya parang nakaisip din tayo, siguro eto yung magandang topic natin dahil ang daming mga asawa, mga wifeys, mga hubbies na nabibigatan na sa kanilang cross.
Yeah, in fact, in our previous webinars, we were talking of paano kung yung hubby or wifey mo nandun sa addiction, workaholic, and there would be a disturbance of intimacy. Talagang mabigat yan.
Kaya nga sinasabi rin natin sa before na episode natin na madaling magsimula pero ang hirap panatilihin dahil nabibigatan ka na sa cross.
Mabigat talaga. How to persevere and continue is the issue. Yes.
So, unang tip natin, tatay, na siguro eto yung makapagbigay ng lakas, no? Makapagbigay ng lakas sa mga cross nila. You may have a different circumstance now, iba-iba tayo ng circumstance, lalo ngayon na pandemic, di ba? Iba-iba yung bigat ng cross. And iba-iba din yung perception natin, no? Na siguro sa kanya, cross yan, sa akin hindi. Oo. Minsan, mabigat sa kanya, sa akin pala, hindi mabigat. So, yung magkaiba tayo, so you have to respect the difference also of the perception of each other. So, siguro, tatay, unang tip natin na talagang bigyan mo ng lakas yung naging mabigat para sa iyo at pwede mo na siyang pasanin is surrender.
Surrender.
Okay. So ano ba yung surrender, tatay? Let's talk about surrender.
In my case, that is not just simple and ordinary surrender of withdrawal. No. Hindi yan ang, we do not mean that particular thing. It's not surrender that we withdraw. It's not surrender that we abandon it, but we surrender everything and we go spiritual this time. After all, after having exhausted everything, every strength, physical strength in us, we need to surrender to the greater power.
Yes.
And we call it surrender in prayer, that there is such a great power out there because there are many things in life beyond our capability.
Sabi pa nga ni William Booth, tatay, the greatness of a man's power is the measure of his surrender. Yes. The greatness of a man's power is the measure of his surrender. So, eto yung nasa research, tatay. Mayroong nagsusurvey, tapos tinatanong yung mga sumasagot sa survey, you have to recall mga people na nakilala nyo. Siguro 5, 10. Tapos markahan ninyo yung mga kakilala ninyo, markahan ninyo kung sino yung selfish and unselfish.
Judgmental.
So yun yung talagang survey nila ginagawa nila. Selfish and unselfish. Tapos, anyway, this is also being hindi naman siya dinidivulge yung identity ng tao. Meron naman tayong respeto dyan.
Ethics,
Tapos, yung minamarkahan din nila kung sino yung sa mga selfish at unselfish na yun, ang happy at saka unhappy. So, although this is quite subjective, tatay, kasi minsan nakikita mo na selfish to, ito unselfish, but then, in the general result, ito yung resulta, tatay. Nakikita ng researcher na yung mga tao na linilabel ng mga respondents na unselfish, hindi sila madamot, mapagbigay sila, yun yung mga happy na tao. So, which means na pag meron kang isusurrender yung sarili mo, di ba? Isa yun sa isusurrender mo because losing, yung number 1 natin, losing your life to find it. Okay, so unang hakbang to surrender is lose your life, kalimutan mo muna yung sarili mo at para mahanap mo naman yung ano yung kailangan ng iba.
Yeah, that's why we have a special term for that, yung hindi selfish, call it selfless.
Yes, the opposite of selfish is selflessness. Okay. So yung model natin dito ay of course Jesus, kung paano niya ibinigay losing himself para lang ma-save tayo. Because we are talking here of how we are going to gain strength.
But then in this life, earthly life, there can be no perfection. May struggle yan. May pain yan. Kasi yung selfless giving is actually no other than love.
Oo. Meron ding mga panahon, tatay, sa mag-asawa, no? The season in marriage na minsan ang daming krisis. Sunod-sunod siya, di ba? Namatayan ka nito, namatayan ka na naman ulit. Kasi meron ko nabasa, namatay yung lola niya dahil sa pandemic. Weeks lang, namatay na din yung nanay niya. And that is painful. Diba? That is painful.
Saying yan, if it rains,
it pours. Oo, kung minsan lahat na lang parang dumadagok na yung mga problema natin.
Dumidilim ang lahat.
Oo.
Para bang bagyo sa bawat sulok ng mundo.
Oo, ano ba yan? Parang kanta yan, tatay. Pero minsan, plano ka ng plano sa buhay mo. Ito yung mangyayari sa pera natin. Ito yung mangyayari sa mga anak natin. Pero minsan, hindi nangyari. Yung opposite, yung nangyari.
Because in this earthly life, that is beyond our control. May plano tayo. In fact, that's the best plan. In fact, we are the most competent in planning. But then, everything goes into waste. Because everything, nothing is under our control.
So, surrender dito minsan ay, what we mean is letting go. Letting go and letting God.
Yes.
Kasi minsan, tatay, yung gusto natin, yun talaga yung gusto nating makuha minsan, na minsan naging cross na siya sa atin.
Yes.
Mabigat na siya sa atin at hindi na natin nakikita yung will of God.
That's why we have to define surrender is not abandoning it. Surrender is not withdrawing from it, but it simply means letting go and letting God.
Meron sinasabi yung isang psychologist, tatay, na when you cradle your desires loosely, a massive burden is released and our souls are freed. Yung para bang
Malalim
minsan nagli-let go tayo, Lord, whatever is your will be done. Minsan kasi parang kinukontra natin yung will of God. So kaya medyo mas mabigat siya sa sarili natin.
Mabigat yan.
So but when you let go, minsan parang ay nako, yun lang pala yung solusyon na yun. I have to let go and be content of what I have.
May analogy yan pag lumalangoy ka sa dagat. Float. Yeah, that's the strategy and things will be light. Float ka, magpo-float ka sa tubig and allow oxygen to be with you. The more oxygen you have, the more capability of floating you will have. But if you keep on exerting effort, that will be burdensome, mapapagod ka niyan at saka lulubog ka.
Experience ko yan, tatay, kasi hindi ako marunong lumangoy. At saka inihagis ako ng nanay ko sa dagat na malalim.
Hindi ka na mahal ng nanay mo.
Hindi, parang strategy niya na talagang I will be forced to learn how to swim. But the thing is, yung nangyari sa akin, parang nire-resist ko yung force, yung sinasabi mo na pag may problema, float ka lang. Float ka lang. Eh, nangyari sa akin, parang gusto mo talagang
na-trauma.
So, ayun, lumubog ako at muntik na akong mamatay.
Nakapapagod yan sa buhay, mag-asawa.
Yes.
Para bang lahat na lang, pinaplano mo lahat na lang, sarili mong plano, sarili mong sarili mong efforts, wala nang na-involve na iba, kundi yung competence mo.
Yung sinasabi nilang, ako pa yung nagigitara, ako pa yung sumasayaw, ako pa yung kumakanta, yung parang ganon. Na parang yung effort mo talaga na I have to become a millionaire, I have to be, we should have this particular house, yung parang sinistretch mo talaga na minsan para ka nang nalulunod.
And that is dangerous. Why? Pag nag-succeed ka, ang lahat na credit is sa'yo. You will become self-centered eventually. Pag nag-fail ka, yung i-blame mo yung sa ibabaw, hindi ka.
Yung
saan na ba ang Panginoon? Nagtatrabaho ko today 24/7. Hindi naman nagsasucceed. Saan ka na ba?
Yun, ang dami kong ginagawa para makuha kong ito. Nasaan na yung asawa ko?
Nasa yung lahat.
Nawala pala. Kasi
sinisisi mo lahat.
So, minsan kasi, we really have to consider na yung mga bagay-bagay na meron tayo, it should be aligned to God's dreams and aligned to God's will.
And that requires a lot of discernment.
Another siguro, tatay, in surrendering, eto yung sikreto sa surrender number 2, helping others will help you.
Yes.
So helping others will help you daw. Pag nagsusurrender ka kasi and you lose yourself, and you lose your life para matulungan mo yung ibang tao. 'Di ba minsan kakalimutan mo na meron ka palang needs na ganito and instead you serve. Ito yung sinasabi, helping others will help yourself is serving, no? Serving in marriage, yung kakalimutan mo kasi minsan yung away natin mag-asawa starts from the point when you think, paano na lang ako? What's in it for me? Paano na lang ako?
Paborito mo yan. What is in it for me?
Wi-Fi What's in it for me? WIFM. Parang channel. WIFM. Na, what's in it for me? So, minsan, sa kakaisip mo, what's in it for me, hindi mo na pwedeng maserbisyohan. You can no longer give service to your partner and to your family.
And the best example here would be a mother helping a child, helping an infant grow. Of course, while doing that, the mother will be helping herself grow glow and go in love. Because when you say helping others, that is actually love. Loving God and loving others. And your significant others start with your own family, your child, your children as a mother. This will be the best example. Helping
So kaya
others
pala,
without yourself.
yung pag-i-exalt ng cross natin, pagtatanggap ng cross natin and finding strength in our cross should be vertical and horizontal.
Yes.
Oo. Loving God above all and then stretch out horizontally by losing yourself and finding your life to others.
You cannot be saying I love God without loving others. That's basic.
Mm-mm.
Okay? That becomes dead. Your love for God becomes dead the moment you will not find time to help others, especially in the family. You can be very religious in church, but then what happens to the family would require a lot of loving.
And the third thing, tatay, na pwede nilang magawa with respect to surrender is to understand that love never fails. Yung sinasabi natin na yung pagbibigay ng sarili, ng oras natin to take care, for example, our in-laws,
Yes,
di ba?
oo.
Yung nagkasakit yung nanay ko, andun ka. Yung nagkasakit
Yes,
yung
oo.
parents mo, andun ako.
It's a matter of understanding and heart.
Oo. And then we really have to take pains of leaving our work. Nagli-leave tayo nagpa-file kami ng leave just to be there with our parents.
Ako
So,
sa akin, support ko yan sa iyo. I know being a daughter is not easy. I have 7 sisters and we are only 2 brothers in the family. Pag nandun ka sa family, 100% akong nandun sa support in prayer, logistics, etc. I have to be there. It's my moral obligation and it is my loving care to my wife.
sabi pa tatay, the act of surrendering our own needs to meet the needs of others begets a positive outcome in our own soul.
Yes, very correct.
Grabe. So pag tinutulungan mo yung iba, and then you start forgetting about yourself because your thought now is serving the people around you, then meron siyang positive results sa kaluluwa natin. Parang hindi mo ma-describe yung saya.
Selflessness yan. And the model natin yan is Mother Teresa. The joy in immersing oneself in the pain of service.
Yes. So, yung unang tip natin, how to find strength in your cross is surrender. And to surrender, number 1, lose your life to find it. So, try to forget about yourself and think about others. And second, to forget about yourself and think about others, of course, you extend a helping hand to them. And number 3, of course, you have to understand na yung ginagawa mo ay gawa ng pagmamahal, gawa ng pag-ibig. And it will never fail.
And why love never fails? Because in the first place, married life, nagsisimula yan sa love. Pag hindi pa yung love na yan, hindi tayo nakakasal, hindi tayo nagsasama. And then love continues to be with us until the end of our earthly journey of love. It is God who is love. Okay? It is God who is love and is accompanying us in our journey together as married life. And that love source from its origin will never fail us.
Yes, correct. Sobrang correct. So, we now move on, tatay, sa pangalawang tip natin or strategy on how we can find strength in our cross. So, letter B natin is find power in your pain. Ito yung medyo, meron bang power yung pain mo, di ba? So, sobra naman yan.
That particular tip requires lots of contemplation, deeper meaning. Okay.
Kasi yung merong pains, tingnan natin merong mga example ngayon, mga balita na merong mga celebrities na nagka-infidelity yung partner nila at saka nag-surrender agad sila, di ba? Merong breakup, merong ganon, na they are really in pain and we understand and we are one in them in their pain. Pero minsan tatay, sa mga nakikita natin na parang trending siya, hindi lang sa celebrities, pati na rin sa mga ordinary na mag-asawa. Yung mga ganong merong pain na ganon, yung talagang parang naging cross na yung partner nila sa kanila, yun yung mga LIP, mga live-in partners.
That's basic data.
Yeah, that's from a survey, no? And we are not judging those people who are still in living in.
Who are we to judge?
Who are we to judge? Pero eto yung nakikita nating trend na siguro madali silang masaktan kasi in the first place, sa first step pa lang nila, sa choice nila na maging lip lang muna tayo, wala yung punto ng love na tinatawag nating commitment.
Yes.
So, di ba, merong passion, merong intimacy, yung tatlong sides ng love na commitment. So, yun yung nawawala. And in that case, hindi lang natin sinasabi na, sa maglip lang ba yan? Meron namang ikinasal, na ganun din, naghihiwalay din. So, eto yung isang component ng love na ang hirap i-sustain.
Yes.
Yung commitment na para talagang nagsa-struggle yung tao, no? So but yung majority, yung lumalabas sa survey, yung majority na hindi talaga strong sa commitment, yung mga who decided na we will just hindi lang muna tayo magpakasal.
Kasi nandun yan, malalim yan na element of love. We call it commitment. Decisional yan, volitional, meaning it has something to do with a person's decision. When you commit, you decide. Yung dalawa, iba yun, passion, energies natin yan, can be sexual, can be biological. Intimacy is going deeper into a relationship. Pag nandun yung dalawa, dapat nandun yung pangatlo. Decision to be with each other till death do us part. To make our relationship last and stable and permanent.
So ang nakikita, tatay, is that pag madaling sumurrender, kasi kanina pag madaling sumurrender in a way na sumurrender sa pain, wala siyang power sa pain niya na experience niya, naranasan niya. Usually it's on the commitment issue. And then usually yung feeling mo entitled ako. Di ba? Parang bakit hindi ka nagre-respeto sa akin? I'm entitled to be respected. Bakit hindi ka I'm entitled. So parang mayroong connotation of entitlement. So kaya painful talaga sa kanya because I have to be happy. Entitled ako for happiness. Yung parang ganun. So how do we find power in our pain?
First, I would like to comment on that. Yung may question dan sa secularism natin, yung worldviews, yung secular ideas natin. Question dyan ay, is it unnecessary pain or is it an unnecessary pain? Sa worldview natin, pag tinignan mo yan na unnecessary pain yan, ayaw ko niyan, abandon yan. Many in married life are viewing pains in marriage as unnecessary. Kaya madaling magsabi, yan, that's the end of it. Ayoko ng pain na yan, it's not necessary in marriage. Pag ganun ang mindset nandun sa relationship na yan, pag nandun na si pain, lalayas ka agad.
So instead of thinking na ayaw ko na sa pain na yan, the positive way to think about pain is I have to rise above the pain.
Because it is a necessary pain. Because you will find power in it. That's the thing. It's a necessary pain in marriage because you will find your strength and power in that pain. If you will simply withdraw, abandon that pain in marriage, when in fact it is a necessary pain, you will not have opportunity to find power.
Yung may nakikita tayo, tatay, sa America's Got Talent, yung si Nightingale, yung parang ang ganda talaga ng boses niya pero hindi siya nag-pursue dahil nagka-cancer siya. And while she was having cancer or she having that pain, no, na nagkasakit siya, nag-file pa ng divorce yung asawa niya. So, ayaw ng asawa niya ng pain na yon.
Yeah,
Oo.
this is unnecessary in my life. I enter into this marriage precisely because I do not want pain. I want happiness.
Oo, yung joy lang talaga yung naiisip nila. Kaya nga, minsan, di ba, ano kaya yung reaction mo, yung nagka-stroke ka, at saka iiwanan kita, ayaw ko nang magano ng asawang hindi he could hardly move. He cannot even lift a fork or a spoon. Tapos iiwanan ko, ano kaya yung mangyayari sa kanya, no? So,
that would be painful on my part. But if I can persevere, on that pain, I can find power.
Oh, yeah. Oo. So, ako rin, if kung wala siguro yung dalawang piece na yon, siguro hindi tayo naging powerful in our pain.
And I congratulate you for that. In the many pains in our married life, you were there, persevering in those pains, and that I can say with honesty and with sincerity, my wifey is a strong and powerful woman in my life.
So yung dalawang piece na ibibigay natin to have the power over your pain is perseverance and prayer talaga. So surrender, and then this time you are going to find power in your pain, and this is perseverance and prayer.
And that is with the mindset, this is necessary pain in married life. Necessary because I can find power and strength in that pain.
So sinasabi nga, choose to surrender and find strength in your struggle and hope in your hurt. Kasi pag nasaktan ka, parang nawalan ka ng pag-asa na pwede pa ito makalakad. Diba? Nawalan ka ng work ngayon sa pandemic, pwede pa ito makahanap ng ibang work. Yung nawalan kayo ng source of income, dahil yung businesses natin sa pandemic na to, walang-wala talaga, naging broke kayo. And nawala tayo ng pag-asa na we can recover. So, hindi tayo nagiging persevering. But pag nagpe-persevere at nagpe-pray, is yung kombinasyon na to, yung dalawang piece na to, perseverance and prayer, you will find power in your pain.
Yes, because when you pray, faith will come into the scene. And when faith is there, that will be your guiding force to persevere. So pray and persevere in prayer.
Kasi daw tayo, pag mayroong perseverance at prayer, lalo kang maging determined, no? Yung meron kang determinasyon to make the best out of the worst.
Yeah.
Oo, kasi yung parang meron kang makikitang a little light sa darkness na yon. Kasi minsan hindi lang naman tayo, pati si Mother Teresa, di ba? There was dark moments in her faith too. Oo, na hindi sa lahat na panahon, mahahanap mo yung Diyos sa experience ninyo. Minsan, parang sasabihin mo sarili mo, meron pa ba? Nandyan ka pa, Lord? Nandyan ka pa ba? Kasama ka pa ba namin? But if you are going to persevere and pray, yun, mararise ka over the pain and mabibigyan ka ng power to have the determination to continue.
It's never easy to persevere. Sa lahat ng bagay, persevere ka. Like, adapting one day, you just realize, I want and I need to live a healthy lifestyle. So, simula ka mag-exercise, yan, papasok yung mga friends mo sa labas. Dito tayo, magsusumba tayo. Pero 1 week lang yan, 3 days lang yan. Patay na yan, walang perseverance. Kasi walang prayer. Pag hindi mo isasali yung prayer na yan, walang mangyari sa virtues na dapat nating ma-acquire.
And it starts from the inner self.
Yes.
Oo. Yung pain ko sa ngayon, I am having some high blood pressures, di ba? For the past 2 weeks na parang erratic yung blood pressure ko, and siguro tanggapin na lang natin dahil sa edad natin, di ba? Minsan. And yung pain ko minsan, yung hindi ka pwedeng kumain sa mga gusto mong kainin, di ba? Ito yung mga, how can I persevere? So I have to pray na, Lord, tanggalin mo yung gana ko sa food na to. Pagiging meat eater, yung pag ganon, diba? And give me the perseverance to have an exercise daily kasi minsan nakakapagod din bumangon ng maaga. So these are things na bilang tao, eto yung temptation natin.
Yung prayer ko noon,
Mm-mm.
Lord, tanggalin mo tong comfort ko. Kaya unti-unting nawala si Car.
Oo.
Unti-unting nawala yung mga comfort. So, bigyan mo ko ng joy in this uncomfortable, circumstances of my life. Because this is the only way I will persevere in this pain of bearing my cross.
Mm-mm.
And it happened.
Yes.
And now I am joyful doing all this, seemingly burdensome, stuff and work and all these things. But I am happy for it. That's not a burden, but I welcome them all. More, more pains, more difficulties.
Oo.
And
So, siguro pwede nating ipag-comment, no? Write your comment below. Mayroon ba kayong naranasang pains at crisis at paano kayo nag-struggle in a way na parang nawalan kayo ng perseverance, hindi kayo nagsusurrender, you had a hard time letting go. So, minsan kasi, it's nice to share our karanasan, no? Ito yung maganda sa sessions natin kasi nakikita natin yung mga comments ng mga tao na yung karanasan din nila na hindi natin naranasan na in a way na overcome nila yung mga pains nila, yung mga na nakapag-relate sila sa topic natin.
And mayroon pang isa, yung pain, para bang inaaway natin. Malayas ka, pain! Pero sa buhay ko, lumayas ka.
Yes.
But again, I would like to quote Father Lou Punsaran sa SBD. Pag sinabi niyan, befriend death. I would like also to say and to add, befriend the pains and the crosses of your life. Because the moment they will become your friends, ay may intimacy yan, makakasabi ka sa mga bagay na yan. Bakit ka nandito sa buhay ko? Ano ba ang message mo sa akin? Ano? Na in-intimacy. So pag friend mo na yan, wala nang burden sa buhay mo.
Oo.
Oh, you will long for more pains.
Kaya nga yung sinasabi natin na merong nag-shoutout, I hate money. So bakit hindi money na ikaw I hate pera kasi daw yung pera yung ang hirap hanapin tsaka ang daling gastusin. And parang laging yung nasa isip niya, yung mindset niya, kulang. And you are running after money minsan. And why not befriend money?
Yeah, hindi naman masyadong fair sa pera pag sinabi mo palagi na, bakit ka palaging kulang? Oo. Di mag-resist yan.
Kasi sasabihin naman ng partner, nag-work ako, yan lang yung kaya ko.
Ano bang gusto mong mangyari sa buhay natin?
So it can be a source, instead of peace, it can be a source of conflict. So minsan talaga, we really have to navigate in a way na let go ka lang muna, diba? Surrender ka na lang muna.
Float muna tayo.
Float na lang muna tayo.
Pagod na ako, mag-float tayo in the blessing of God.
And that means perseverance and prayer. Yung pangatlo, tatay, na tip natin for this morning on how you are going to carry your cross and have the strength, no, in your cross. Number or letter C natin is we have to have gratefulness, gratitude in life. Kasi this is a sure sign of surrender.
Yes.
Could you please, yan? Kasi pag merong gratitude, merong gratefulness yung puso natin, sasabihin natin, ay, mabuti na nga lang, ganito lang yung problema ko sa asawa ko. Minsan, di ba? Kung krus mo yung asawa, mabuti na lang, yan yung problema ko, kulang lang lagi yung income niya na hindi talaga kasya sa amin. So siguro, by the time I want to rise above that pain, so, at paano ko kaya siya matutulungan? So siguro sa budgeting, hindi ko na lang delete ko na lang muna tong gastos na to kasi hindi talaga siya necessary, wants lang to. Ito talaga yung needs namin. Yung parang you now are grateful dahil meron pa siyang sweldo. Yung iba nga wala nang trabaho, 'di ba? So when there is gratitude or gratefulness in your heart, you will see grace.
Yes.
So, makikita mo yung grasya ng Diyos.
First, the consequence of a grateful heart is acceptance. mag-a-accept ka sa pain na yan. Mag-a-accept ka sa cross na yan. Kasi grateful ka, you will accept. And the moment you do acceptance, you will be, you will end up in thanksgiving. You will be grateful, you will thank. Kaya nga may salamat ha. Thank you. So that's why how many times do we say to ourselves, Lord, I am grateful for the gift of life that you have given to me, the gift of a spouse. That can only happen when you are grateful. Because if not, you will not accept him or her as a gift and you will never be thankful. And the moment you are not thankful, you cannot see blessing. You cannot see grace.
Kaya minsan, tatay, nagkakaproblema yung mag-asawa na OFW yung isa. Kasi siguro you just miss this tip number 3 natin na gratitude. If you are grateful na maganda yung income ng asawa mo na nandoon sa labas, you are going to yung kita niya, you are going to protect it and you are going to handle it wisely. Diba? And then, yung asawa naman na nandoon sa ibang lugar, ibang country, if you are grateful na yung asawa mo na nandito, na iwan sa Pinas, manages the family well. Meron kang mga anak na iniiwan, meron kang bahay na inaaruga, at the same time, nag-work ba siya or home-based ba siya, whatever. But yung puso mo is grateful of that grace, of that blessing, hindi ka mangangaliwa. Kasi yung dalawa yung nakikita natin.
Ano ba yung mga
yung naghahanap, no? Naghahanap
sumakabilang
bahay, naghahanap ng ibang partner. Kasi usual issue ng OFWs is infidelity sa mga naiwan at sa mga andon. And this infidelity does not only mean finding another partner. Meron din tayong tinatawag na money infidelity. Hindi hinahandle ng maayos pag-uwi. Sobra yung pag-uwi dito, bankrupt, hindi pala nakapag-save yung wifey dahil eto nga, gastos ng gastos and hindi niya na-manage well yung pera. So, these are things na namimiss minsan ng mag-asawa tingnan. Ano ba? Meron ba tayong grateful heart? Siguro we just focus everything sa mga blessing, material blessing, at hindi na naging grateful yung heart. Sige, anyway, malaki naman yung sweldo ni tatay. O yan, bili kayo dyan. O sige. And biglang nagka-global crisis. Biglang pinauwi yung mga OFWs at wala kang naipon. Anong nangyari? So, of course, it will cause you pain.
Yes, more and more pain. And aside from that, yung sinabi kong consequence of a grateful heart, yung thankfulness, yung thanksgiving, magpapasalamat ka sa source of that gift. Okay? That would be the consequence of gratitude. Hanapin mo talaga sino ba yung source ng gift
grace,
ko, ng blessing
ng grasya yun.
So, pag material blessing, sino ba ang ultimate source of it? Because it can be happen by way of angels in life. Through your husband, through your members of the family, may nagbibigay sa iyo. But hanapin mo yung pinaka-source, yung ultimate source, and it's there. He is the ultimate source, and this will lead you to prayer of thanksgiving. Magpapasalamat ka sa puso mo. Salamat to God. When doing the thanksgiving, you will never forget to also love collaterally. Because when you thank vertically to God, may kasama yan vertical na horizontal na love. So, yung pagbibigay mo sa mga nangangailangan, papasok yung blessing concept yan. May baso, katulad sa sinabi ni Brother Bo, may baso ka, itong isa walang laman ang baso niya, bibigyan mo at naging empty yung baso mo. Yung source of blessing, nakita niyang giving ka, ay lalagyan niya. In other words, the giver will be the people who will experience blessing. Yung mga nagbibigay, yan ang mga taong nakaka-experience ng blessings of God. Ang hindi nagbibigay, hindi yan magsasabi ng blessing pag hindi ka nagbibigay. So you have more blessings pag hindi ka nagbibigay. hindi mo makita yung blessing na yan. May sikreto para makita mo yung blessing na yan.
Ipamigay mo.
Magbibigay ka sa mga nangangailangan.
Yes.
Significant others than neediest. Hindi naman sa lahat na tao magbibigay ka. Okay? Sa nangangailangan.
Sa nangangailangan.
And that is grace. Bibigyan ka pa ng blessing, more blessings from God. Liglig at ano yun?
Siksik-liglig.
At umaapaw.
Siksik-liglig at umaapaw pa. Oo. So parang gano'n.
yan,
Siksik-liglig at umaapaw pa. So when you have a grateful heart, tatay, you not only count your blessings, but you also find joy in the most trying times that can go a long way. Kasi yung experience natin, yung nagka-stroke ka, walang-wala tayo eh. 'Di ba? It was the time na yung crisis talaga parang binuhos.
Sa lahat ng crisis.
Sumabay ng lahat. Yung dala-dala ko lang is 500 pesos. Imagine, you are going to the hospital because your husband has a stroke and then 500 pesos lang yung dala mo.
At
Siguro
wala nang iba.
kung siguro yun yung dala mo ngayon na merong pandemic, hindi tayo papapasukin sa hospital.
100,000 yung entrance fee.
Merong requirement ngayon bago tayo ma-hospital, dapat ganito yun kalaki yung down payment natin. But because we find grace, no? We find yung grasya ng Diyos, and at that moment, nagsiserve tayo sa community. Sobrang daming taong tumutulong na yung hindi mo ini-expect na tutulong sa iyo, andun. Not only in prayers, in material things, but lahat yung support, no? So, yan yung makikita mo na pag ini-empty mo pala yung sarili mo at ibinuhos mo sa iba, yung ibang nakikita na empty ka na. Wag mo, 'di ba, minsan yung attitude natin, wag mo nang ibigay yan kasi yan na lang yung last mo. O, 'di ba? Bakit ipamigay mo pa yan? Kasi minsan gano'n yung tao eh. Bakit mamimigay ka pa? Kayo nga naghihikahos.
Pero mayroong teaching tayo dyan. Time, talent, and treasure.
Yes. And nakikita natin na yung blesser, siya yung parang sinasabihan niya yung mga tao na pwedeng tumulong na, uy, puntahan ninyo sina Jet at Manny, nangangailangan nyo ng tulong.
Everything was in God's hand.
Yes, and it was full surrender. Okay, It was full surrender, letting go of the pain.
And letting God.
And then there was perseverance and prayer kasi hindi siya makakalakad, but still, his mind, yung hindi siya masyadong nakakapag-usap, pero sinasabi niya, puntahan mo yung prayer meeting.
At saka the first phrase that was uttered in my mind was this phrase, thank you, Lord, for allowing me to survive.
Yes.
That was the first phrase
so yung
I
gratitude.
uttered. Okay? Thank you, Lord, for allowing me to survive. And yan, nagsimula yung positive outlook ng life. Kasi sinabi ko sa sarili ko, hindi ako papatayin ng Panginoon. Kasi kailangan pa namin magla-live ngayon.
So kung pinatay ka, wala akong partner ngayon.
So wala kang partner na gwapo.
So yun yung mga karanasan na pwede ninyong palaliman, no? Yung understanding natin on pain. Na eto pala yung strength na pwede kong i-handle yung mga crisis, yung mga pains, yung mga sakit ng buhay, and nakakasakit din kung yung sasabihin mo, yung cross mo, yung naging partner mo.
Kaya nagtatanong yun si Bishop Piliga, si one of his
homilies.
Bakit may heartbroken?
Bakit may suffering?
Bakit may heartbreaker? Ganyan talaga ang earthly life sa buhay mo kasawa. Talagang nandun, Krus natin yan.
So our suggestion for those young couples na minsan nagsusurrender agad ng mga pains nila, ayaw ko na sa'yo, iwanan na kita, yung parang ganon, persevere, pray, total surrender, and then balikan nyo. Ano yung mga magagandang nangyayari sa marriage natin? Day one pa lang. And then you will start to be grateful. You will start to thank God na, nako, ang saya-saya pala namin. Bakit? After 10 years, after 15 years, after 20 years, hindi na ganitong biglang nawala. Bakit puro pains to? So siguro, nakalimutan nyo lang maging grateful.
In fact, sa ating mga previous na mga counseling, not counseling, but mentoring sessions in the past, in the family life, unang tanong namin sa may mga mag-aasawang may problema, how is your prayer life? At tatahimik ang mundo pag tinanong namin yan. Yeah?
How's your prayer life?
Because in the first place, we were the ones giving them the pre-marriage seminar pre-kina. The first question there, the first activity they have to comply, know the prayers of the church. Pag babalik na yan, may problema na yan, noon tinanong namin, how is your prayer life? Tatahimik ang mundo.
Nakakalungkot na yung basic prayers, hindi nila alam. So yung parang pwede nating sabihin na ano yung pwede mong ituro sa mga anak mo kung hindi ikaw mismo, hindi mo alam.
So persevere. Kasi if your partner is not into it, kasi not part of their family culture, dapat sa iyo manggaling yan. Strength mo yan. Pag kayong dalawa ang wala dyan, magsimula.
So yun talaga na you have to rise above the pain and you have to think of these three things na kailangan talaga, ay oo nga pala, bakit ayaw niya akong pakasalan? Oo, bakit yung sa mga lit natin, yung problema talaga nila, gusto ko nang magpakasal pero wala pa kaming pera, siguro pwede na kung marami na kaming pera, pero it's not about the issue of pera, it's about the issue of commitment talaga. Oo. So, you really have to look into ano ba yung wala natin na isurrender ng Diyos. Not letting go of all the pains that we have this time. So, ang may maraming problema usually is yung ganito yung umpisa ng relationship nila.
Again, may amendment naman dyan. Okay? May amendment naman dyan sa sinabi mo.
Yes.
Pero mas talagang mabuti yung i-strengthen natin yung commitment, and from it follows the decision to live a married life till death do us part. Along the way, more and more pains. May panahon dyan na parang bumabagyo ng pain. Bawat lingon mo sa kabila, parang bagyo. Lahat bagyo ba? We find power and strength in those pains. And we need to persevere in prayer, guys, because there are many things, in fact, many things in married life na beyond our control. Our competence will be very, small as against all those things going on in married life beyond our control. Masakit ka o hindi, that's beyond your control. Wala lang kompetensya. Master's degree ka, doctoral degree, wala na yan.
Oo, hindi na, parang hindi na niya iniisip yung yung diploma na meron ka, inaatake talaga whatever education you have, whatever how much money you have.
Marami kang pera.
Pag ito yung umaatake sa married life, talagang hindi niya pinipili.
Naging infidel, nag-unfaithful yung hubby or wifey mo, that's beyond your control.
Sabi dito, tatay, meron tayong comment from our audience. We are grateful and thankful always to God for all the blessings we receive every day. Yes, napakaganda po na meron talagang culture of gratefulness, no? Yung gratitude attitude natin mag-asawa is very, very important para ma-strengthen mo and you will rise over the pains, no? You will rise above the pains na meron kayo sa kasalukuyan.
With gratitude in our hearts, the moment you look at your wifey with grateful heart, gaganda yan. You look at your hubby with grateful heart, lalong maging gwapo yan.
Talagang ini-insert yung pagkagwapo niya.
Pag wala ng gratitude, yung kagandahan ng misis mo, mawala yung napakapangit.
Pati yung attitude mo, hindi makakain ng aso. Hindi mo nakikita yung mga graces kung wala yung gratitude.
Yes, correct.
Tapos tatay, siguro we just have to have our last few inputs sa kanila. Yung surrendering, tatay, is really a powerful tool, no? Radical siya kasi hindi talaga lahat ng tao gustong sumurrender, di ba? Kahit sa away, di ba, dapat ako yung nanalo. Oo, dapat ako yung nanalo. So, yung pagsusurrender, powerful tool talaga siya sa mag-asawa. And it is a choice. Meron kang freedom of choice. Talagang binigyan tayo ng Panginoon ng free will na mamili ano ba talaga yung gusto ko sa relationship natin. So if I desire that this will last, no? Yung desire sa puso ko na sana umabot kami ng 50 years in marriage. So kung ganun yung intention ko, then I have to work on yung surrendering because you cannot submit to your partner kung wala etong punto of surrender. Oo. So this is a powerful tool talaga yung pagsusurrender. And then another thing is, it is also your choice na to ask God to infuse with you the strength. Kasi yung prayer, yung perseverance, talagang choice mo yan na hihingin mo sa Panginoon. Kasi minsan, I don't need God. I don't need, totoo ba siya? Na, parang wala na siya sa panahon ngayon eh. Totoo ba siya? Bakit mayroong pandemic? Bakit nawala ng work yung asawa ko? Bakit naghahanap ng ibang babae yung asawa ko? Nandyan pa ba yung Panginoon? Nagpakabait naman ako? Yung parang gano'n, di ba? Minsan yung tanong natin. So, when we ask God and when we are going to ask Him to please give me the strength, empower me na para makukross ko yung bridge of pains na to, then it is also empowering on your part. It gives power to you. And the last thing is when we start to empty ourselves and put our service to others above all, then we are expressing the love of God. And at the same time, yung gratitude, no? Yung gratitude, yung being thankful of what we have. Kahit gaano kasimple, yung contentment, you are no longer into that particular punto na talagang parang you are running after money, you are running after position.
Running after me.
This time, I am now running after my husband and running after my God, no? So kasi iba eh, yung minsan na parang hanap ka, wala namang resulta, di ba? It's better to let go. It's better to surrender. So, our model for this, in my case, tatay, yung model of triumph and victory, yung sinasabi natin na exaltation of the cross today, which we celebrate the peace, yung total surrender, persevere, and being grateful. And yan yung ginagawa ni Jesus eh. Sumusurrender siya sa will ni God the Father, and then nagpi-persevere siya, kaya nga sinabihan niya si Peter, alis ka dyan, Satanas, kasi yours is the thought of the devil or of the human, but then mine, I have to complete my mission and my purpose. And I have to obey God's will. And gratefulness. Dahil there is this risen Christ, naging victorious siya sa lahat ng pains na yon, and we are given the hope na tayo rin ay pwede pala na magiging strong in all our pains and in all our trials and crisis in marriage. Sa'yo?
Yung finding strength and power in our crosses, talagang nandun yan. For me, the cross in married life, it is actually the expression of our love to one another. Without it, you cannot just simply demonstrate, you cannot express your love. In our journey, lifelong journey in married life, that particular cross that we carry enables us to go, to grow, and to glow in love. Because right there, going in the apex and climax of married life, papunta na tayo sa apex, glory of love. Meron diyang kasaling crucifixion, meron diyang carrying of the cross, parang stations of the cross yan. You cannot achieve glory of love without it. So that can be done, carrying our crosses every day. Magsa-start yan sa surrendering. Surrendering meaning letting go and letting God. And then you have this finding power in your pain, because the moment you will not embrace and carry the cross, you will not be able to determine the weight of that cross, the weight of that pain. But when you embrace it and when you let go, when you let God, then He will help us carry that burden, and you will be allowed to persevere. But of course, persevere in prayer. That's why in the first one, letting go, that means let go of some other things, unnecessary things, because your cross will be very burdensome. The more burdensome it will become if you put in it so many concerns. Okay, so many concerns. And lastly, gratitude, a grateful heart will lead to thanksgiving, and then more blessing.
Okay. So, salamat tatay sa parang synthesis mo sa umagang ito. And we are wishing you well na this time you have all the tools na pwede ninyong magamit para you can sustain all the pains na meron kayo at this moment. Do not lose hope because we are given Jesus's model to render everything, to let go to God's will, and then persevere and pray and be grateful.
Yeah.
So sa gratitude na to, I would like to thank everyone na nandito ngayon, nakikinig, persevering in this particular session of ours every Tuesday. So please, sa mga hindi pa nakapag-download ng mga ebooks natin, this is our freebie 7-step solution to rescue your marriage before it starts to crumble. So andito yung Go, Grow, Glow formula namin, mag-asawa na talagang ibinabahagi namin sa inyo. And then follow us at we have Marriage Empowerment Tribe page, and kung gusto niyo manunurture talaga kayo, pumasok kayo, mag-join kayo sa Marriage Empowerment Tribe group. And you have to answer the questions there para ma-qualified kayo to join the group. And of course, sa mga nanonood sa atin sa YouTube channel natin, Nanay Jet TV, don't forget to subscribe. Click the subscribe button below and click the bell para ma-notify kayo kung meron kaming bagong streaming or uploaded na videos.
Yes.
So, Tatay, let's have our Marriage Empowerment
Toast.
So, God bless everyone.
God bless everyone.
God bless po.
Stay
And
healthy.
stay healthy. Sana bakunado na kayong lahat. So, God bless. God bless.